Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are looking to connect with your tarot deck, then you have come to the right place. My name is Elizabeth, and on this channel, we work on building our spiritual confidence so we can listen to our intuition and read our tarot cards with ease. And today, I want to talk about number 18, the Moon card. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a deep dive into the symbolism of this card. So through looking at the symbolism, the numerology, the astrology, the Kabbalah, the colors, and the actual drawings by Pamela Coleman Smith on this card, we are going to understand in a much deeper way the meaning of this card and the beauty of understanding symbolism, whether you're reading the Waite Smith, and I know many of you are looking at me saying, oh my goodness, Elizabeth, not the Waite Smith again, I'm sick of it. If you are reading any deck, if you're going to an art gallery and looking at art, whatever you're doing, you will learn so much from understanding symbolism in terms of deeper meaning. But not only that, if you're doing a reading and you're looking at a whole lot of cards laid out in front of you, if you start to see the symbols and know what they mean, it just gives you that anchor, especially if you're feeling a bit of anxiety and you think, oh, I just don't know what to say. I'm drawing a blank here. I'm not getting a spiritual message here at all. You can start to look at the symbols in the card, and that will help you to start to talk about what the cards are telling you. So the more you delve deeper into the cards, whether they're these or another deck, the easier they become to read. So I'm going to spin the camera around. We're going to take a deep dive into the Moon card, and I will see you in a moment. So let's have a look at the Moon card. So the Moon card comes after the Star card, and I actually think, so this is card number 18, and I think it's really significant. The more I think about it, every time I look at these cards, I see more. And I think it's really significant that it comes after the Star card, because when I look at the Star card, this leaning over the pool of unconsciousness there's a sort of a reminiscence here of Narcissus staring into the pool. And we all know the story of Narcissus, where he stared so much at his own reflection that he lost himself. And the Moon card is a warning of overactive imagination. So this is really interesting that we've gone from the Star card, where we're being called to find our balance between our conscious and our unconscious and be this beautiful spiritual being and go out in the world and find our balance, and be balanced and draw positivity to us from that balance that we've created, to the Moon card, where maybe we've spent too much time looking inward. Just something to think about in terms of the meaning of the card. All right, so if we look at the Golden Dawn title of this card, this sheet that I'm reading from is from my Tarot Symbolism cheat sheets. I have two sets of these. There's a simple set that just has the simple sheet and the worksheet, and I've also got these on their own, and they come with a dot grid page as well. There's a couple of different versions for what people want. And then there's a bundle which has my video notes, the Tarot Symbolism cheat sheet, and the worksheet all in one. So I'll make sure I put links to those down in the description box, because when you purchase something from my Etsy shop, it helps me to keep writing and do all the things that I can do teaching you. So the Moon card, the ruler of flux and reflux, child of the sons of the mighty. So that's a really interesting name for this card. Things that flow and things that come around and flow back to us. Very interesting. So I think that's commenting on the afterworld, the underworld, the space where maybe things are not as rosy as we'd like them to be, that unconscious place we don't want to go to. The numerology for this card is 9. So 1 plus 8 equals 9. That's how we reduce numerology to know what numbers are. The other card that goes with this card that is a 9 is the Hermit. Now the Hermit, like the Star, but in a different way, is asking us to look inside to find the answers, to go off on your own. In this particular instance, it's more about being in the world, experiencing your conscious and unconscious, and experiencing your chakras on a practical level and finding balance. The Hermit is more about going off on your own. Go off on your own and find the answers inside. The Moon card, however, if you're going into expansion and awareness, is a warning that you can go too far into expansion and awareness until you get this overactive imagination. And that's what this card is about. So if we look at the element, it is the element of water. So again, we're looking at emotion. The zodiac is Pisces, so the ruling astrological sign for this card is Pisces. So this is, with Pisces, the symbol of Pisces is about two fish swimming in opposite directions. So it can, for a person that is Pisces star sign, can often feel as though they're being pulled into different directions, which can result in confusion and indecision. And as we see here, we've got the moon, which isn't sure whether it's the moon or the sun. And we've got the modern dog and the wild dog, or the domesticated dog and the wild dog baying at the moon. It's like we don't know who we are. Are we domesticated or are we wild? Are we tame or are we crazy? You know. So this idea of emotion and disrupted emotion. The Hebrew letter Kaf is the back of the head. The meaning is the back of the head. And if you look at the letter here, you can kind of see that. And it is on the pathway, on the tree of life. If we look at the Kabbalah, from victory to kingdom, or that sense of all and everything. So the deeper meaning of Kaf is about representing the cycles of nature, understanding the circulation of life, the rhythms of the world, and through understanding these cycles, we bring ourselves through growth, through an enormous amount of growth, to have change in our life and happiness and greater enlightenment through understanding the cycles that are present in our life. If we look at the deeper symbolism, and there's a lot on this card, so the blue sky that we can see here represents our will of spirit, wanting to have clarity of mind, but also I get the sense this is a card at night because we're looking at the moon and yet we've got a blue sky. So we're looking at a card that really doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know if it's day or it's night. If we look at the sun, we're looking at brightness, but it's incongruent. You've got a moon, you've got the sort of moon symbol looking down, and yet we've got a brightly shining sun at night. Or is this a moon that's glowing in the light of the sun at night? Because there's like one of those eclipses going where the sun casts its light onto the moon. Is that what's going on? I'm not sure what's going on, really. If we look at the yods are representing the world and the transition between beginning and end, good and evil, trying to give some sort of clarity in amongst the confusion of this card. The green symbolism represents the fertile ground here between the water, which is the pool of the unconscious that has the lobster crawling out of it, and over here, which is either, I'm thinking that's probably mountains, because you've got a path here going up into mountains of the unconscious. So the water here is about a pool of the unconscious, and you've got this lobster crawling out of the pool, which is symbolic of your nightmares made real. The lobster is symbolic of nightmares. And the crab is, or the lobster is calling us to listen to our intuition, deal with what needs to be dealt with, rather than allowing our overactive imagination to stop us from seeing what's real. The grey symbolism, we've got 2 columns here, indicate like a stubbornness and a confusion, and they're either side framing the scene. And often pillars in the tarot are white and black, or black and white. And if you think about the High Priestess card, if you think about the Chariot card using the feminine masculine energy, and here you've got confusion because they're grey. They don't know what energy to call on. And of course, framing the image is about setting the scene for what's going on in this card. The dog figures. So you've got a domesticated dog and you've got a wolf or a wild dog, showing the confusion. Am I contained and controlled, or am I wild and uncontrolled? And they're both baying at the moon saying, give me an answer. And of course the moon can't even give an answer because it doesn't know if it's the sun or the moon. The long road represents the path of your life and the journey between here and now and the afterlife, or here and where you need to be. And so you've got a card here that's saying you're confused, but the confusion this time is coming from an overactive imagination. Too much thinking about what's going on around you rather than looking for the concrete facts. Too much looking inwards, not enough looking outwards, not enough slowing down and actually thinking about where you need to, the internal work that you need to do in a way that's balanced. So that is the moon card. Our next card after this one is card number 19, which is the Sun card. And just as a reminder, I'll grab one out of here if I can. Is card number 19, which is the Sun card. So we're going back to happiness. In fact, the Sun card is the happiest, most clear thinking card in the deck. So we're going from confusion to happiness and clarity. So that's it from me for the moon card. We have still got 4 cards to do, and I will be doing those in the next couple of weeks. So I do hope you'll stick around. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. And of course, don't forget to also join my community. If you go down into the description box, you'll be able to find all of my links there for all my goodies. I have lots of freebies that you can do with me. Video trainings and courses and all sorts of things. And lots of them have workbooks and worksheets. And the beautiful people that follow me purchase my workbooks and worksheets, and that helps me keep doing what I do. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.